begins with me.
Hello and welcome to UK Versus. Today we're still going down the Critical Role rabbit hole, but today specifically I want to take a look at the oversized boss cards that we'll be getting as part of the booster packs. These are the large cards that will be coming in as a PvE kind of battle for us to team up or take on solo and essentially form our own parties very thematic to Critical Role and the universe it's in, and launch attacks against these BBEGs, best way to put it. We know this is a mixture of Critical Role and Mighty 9 for this set, and unfortunately I'm not too familiar with Mighty 9 at this point. However, I am quickly blasting through Critical Role, so hopefully I will be able to get onto Mighty 9 soon. And I just wanted to go over my selections as to who, from what I've seen or know of so far in Critical Role, would be the best choices for these oversized boss cards that will be coming as part of the booster boxes. And first and foremost, it would be criminal not to include Orthax. Orthax is the fiend, the big boss of kind of even big boss, kind of like the sub boss of Act 1, plays a huge part in Act 2. I've not made it to Act 3 yet, so I'm not including the Underdark in this, of course, but the Briarwood arc, the Chroma Conclave arc, Orthax is there. He's manipulating Ripley, he's manipulating Percy, he's just in the shadows, pulling the strings, trying to make deals, and just a constant thorn in Vox Machina's side. And I think this would be, as well as an addition to the set in some way, which I'll get into in another video, I think Orthax will be in this set. But talking oversized cards, Orthax as an oversized card with some very strong abilities, some very unique weaknesses, would be an absolutely beautiful oversized card. Orthax has made their presence known in the Briarwood arc as an oversized powerful boss, as well as then again in the Chroma Conclave arc. I think Orthax needs to be in the oversized cards, and I think it's going to be a very powerful one that is going to require a lot of teamwork to take down. Orthax is a very tanky, hard-to-hit demon, and I think that will be reflected in his character card, and I know the design team adapting this beautifully. I know there's a lot of passionate people behind it, so Orthax being in there makes a lot of sense. I keep saying Orthax, but it's Orthax. Orthax being there would make a lot of sense and would be absolutely beautiful. The next one is a given. Initially, I thought Orthax would be the only member of the Chroma Conclave to actually be featured as like an oversized card, but Ray'Shan, Vorgul, Bone Scythe, Umbrasil, they're all too crucial. They all have their own part, and yes, Orthax and Ray'Shan are kind of the big bosses within the Chroma Conclave arc. The Prime show, to me, did not do Vorgul and Umbrasil the justice they deserve. Bone Scythe's David Tennant. Bone Scythe just deserves all the love in the world. Umbrasil and Vorgul are absolute monsters. Where I am in the table play at the minute, I am just up to the prelude to the Vorgul fight, and it's gone down a lot different than the show. Don't know why I keep looking left at. I couldn't in gun conscious say that Orthax or Ray'Shan or anyone deserve to be the sole focus of this oversized card. I think if the oversized cards have rarity, the Chroma Conclave is the SR. It is a 5-headed monster that you need to take down. The Chroma Conclave is the big one. It is the one that you will need a raiding party of at least 4 people to take down. It is going to be the absolute nuts. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have 5 very unique, very specific abilities. And I don't know if these are going to have symbols, but it would maybe have 5 symbols on there, which could be very cool, because I would also like to see these kind of raid battles where you can have your oversized character, but then also using a deck with your oversized character in this PvE, not making them standard legal, of course. Oh, no. I think the Chroma Conclave as a whole needs to be the oversized character. I do not think any single one of these characters deserves a oversized card over the rest. And they all are very impactful. They're all very powerful in there. And as we find out later on the line, they all have some very strong interaction with each member of Vox Machina. I think that Orthax and Arkhan deserve the big card because they're more integral to the story. Kind of undersells Umbracill's importance to Grog, or Volgol's importance to Tiberius. And I know we don't talk about Tiberius, but I'm going to talk about Tiberius. Both sides possibly one of the weakest, but we don't know that much about Boneslife. We don't know that much about the story. His infiltration of Imon, his infiltration of the council, and how he kind of got Vox Machina the fame that they have is all pre-Geek and Sundry. It's all pre-stream. All this stuff went down before the Underdark arc. Boneslife could have some massive implications to Pike or Scanlan, any of them. It's hard to say. And all the Chroma Conclave have an influence on Percy because he's trying to protect Whitestone. They're all important to every single one of the characters. They're all powerful, impactful dragons. And the fact that it's so rare for Chroma dragons to team up, to me is worthy of making them an oversized card on their own. The Chroma Conclave deserves to be an oversized card rather than just an individual. I would essentially say if you were going to that, you would need more than 6, and you would need to have each of them being their own oversized boss because they all give Vox Machina trouble. They're all absolute pains in the butts. This is the one I know the least about, but I know it's up and coming after the Chroma Conclave, so season 4 of the show, about another 10 episodes from what I'm listening to at the minute, would be the Whispered one. The Vecna, as he's called in the main series, but that's a D&D property. But the Whispered one is impactful to all the stories. He's kind of the overarching, he's the boss of the Briarwoods. He's what's inside the Marble of Doom. He is going to be an absolute baddie. The fact that we haven't seen him in the show yet, the fact that other IP property gives the design team more creative control to go, cool, we can't use any of Vecna, so we need to take the table play, adapt that into a card, and make it different. Same as how when they changed to a Prime show, they changed Bigby's hand to Scanlan's hand, and like the Marvelous Mansion into the But this is very, very cool, and I really hope that the Whisper one does show up. But if they're doing 3 of each, 3 from Vox Machina, 3 from my 9, that would be my pick for the 3. However, there is one. My finger's not showing. There's one other. There's one other entity that I think deserves an oversized card and has to be adapted so very carefully, but needs to be in a Critical Role set. There is no way that we cannot have a reference to this creature in the set. And more than that, I want this creature to be one of the oversized cards purely because of how much Mr. Mercer loves them. That, of course, being Beholders, the anti-magic monsters that have been tested, tried, mutilated, mutated, enhanced, chimeraed. Matt has done some crazy stuff to Beholders, but he just loves them. Look at the way he's looking at that Beholder figure, or mini, however you want to put it. I trust the design team and the creative team enough to know that if they're adapting IPs and they want us to be the most hype about this set, that what they really need to put in here is a Beholder. A Beholder for Matt Mercer would just be amazing. I would love to get an oversized Beholder and get Mr. Mercer to sign it, because that would be absolutely amazing. And I think that this would be the true. And that would be an absolute translation of the IP if we got a Beholder. But the true enemy of Vox Machina, the enemy that has caused them the most trouble, has caused them to bleed and struggle, and they have so much angst and anger and stress with this one enemy. All the other enemies they've defeated, but this one keeps coming back, keeps causing them trouble, and has caused such PTSD that it is referenced in every single aspect when they come across it. And for this, PTSD would most likely stand for post-traumatic stress with doors. I think we need just a door. An oversized door that is the easiest to take down, but it's got no health. But all its abilities are just ridiculously hard to get through. And yeah, I want this door to make us bleed. I want this door to just completely infuriate us. I want this door to be the most frustrating thing that we ever have to take on in PvE, because that's the translation. If you want to translate Critical Role into our card game and give us a PvE, you give us the door, and specifically the door from the Whitestone Chapel. The door that took 3 strength checks, 2 maneuvers, magical blasts, all sorts of negotiations. Oh, and it caused Scanlan to bleed. And it wasn't even locked, it was barricaded by a piece of wood. I love it. It's so many rolls, so much time spent trying to defeat this door, and it was just, oh. So yes, doors. Doors are Vox Machina's biggest enemy. Doors are the true villains of Tal'Dorei, and doors are what should be the last oversized card, the chase card, the card that when we go to regionals and go down, we get extra prize wall tickets for the PvE of defeating the door. Because why should we not have to suffer the same as the Vox Machina crew? Give me a door, and give me a Beholder, and the rest is all malleable. Show me Orthax, show me the Chroma Conclave, show me the Whispered one, show me Beholders, and then show me a door. Oversized door character that is just impossible to deal with. Do you know about these oversized boss cards characters? Did you know that I believe we're going to be getting a special format for these oversized characters, where you get a box and you essentially make sealed decks out of your 6 packs, and it's a 4v1 on the boss? If not, that's just a great way to open the boxes anyway. And how are you feeling about Critical Role? We're starting to see some cards. We've seen the pre-release promos. We've just seen 2 cards, one from Mighty 9 and one from Critical Role. And I'm very excited to see what's coming next, because I imagine the next newsletter will have even more. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. And what did you think of these picks? Do you think I'm onto something? Would you like to see a door, or am I just memeing? Catch you on the next one. Bye.
Fucking doors.